All right, it is 1 o'clock on the dot, so we're going to get started with today's session on an introduction to Creator Plus. A quick overview of our agenda for today. We're going to dive in and talk about what the Creator Plus tool is and why you should consider using it in your organization. We're going to have some time to demo in the environment and show you how to use some of the features of the Creator Plus tool. And then we're going to have some time with our special guest solutions engineer to talk about our product roadmap. And then at the end, we're going to have some time for Q&A as well as discussion. We'll share some closing resources with you all. My name is Samantha Wooldridge. I'm a senior adoption specialist here at D2L. We're also very lucky to have Danielle Burt with us today from our solutions engineer. She'll be talking about the future of Creator Plus with our product roadmap. And I also have my colleagues Catherine and Renata here with us today, who will be answering any questions in the Q&A or chat. Before we get too far, I'd like to clarify some terms for those who may not be familiar. You may have heard of D2L or Brightspace before, but to clarify, D2L is the company. We create a product called Brightspace, which is a learning management system. Depending on where you work, your organization may call Brightspace something else, but chances are if you're with us today, it all refers back to Brightspace. We also have our Brightspace community. This is a hub of resources where you can connect with other Brightspace users, seek out additional information on how to use Brightspace, and also connect with others through community groups, such as the Creator Plus and H5P community group. We do have a quick poll so we can learn a little bit about you now that you know about us. Just a quick 3 questions. First, we're wondering if you've used Creator Plus before or if you're brand new to the Creator Plus tool. Secondly, we're wondering if you are currently or maybe in the past have used other interactive content authoring tools within Brightspace, such as H5P or SCORM. And we're also curious where we're joining you from. We have a very wide audience today, so we're curious, maybe you're from a K-12 school or district, a university or college, an association, corporation, or government organization, or maybe somewhere else altogether. Just give another couple seconds. Looks like most folks have had a chance to answer that poll. Looks like we're about 70-30. Most people have used Creator Plus before, but we have a couple of newbies. And it looks like a lot of folks as well have used a different content authoring tool in the past as well, about 70%. And our higher ed folks are our largest group today. About 60% of our folks here are with higher ed and about 30% from a K-12 organization. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to close the poll in about 10 seconds, just for those who haven't gotten a chance to complete it. All right, thank you to everyone who was able to participate there. So we're going to talk about what is Creator Plus. For those who may not be familiar, Creator Plus is the course authoring tool by D2L that is available for purchase and is available within Brightspace. There's 5 aspects to Creator Plus. First being ready-made HTML templates that can be added to your instance from the Brightspace community. We have interactive practice activities as well as interactive elements that your learners can engage with to enhance their learning experience. We also have engaging screen recordings with Capture, formerly known as the Capture app. This allows you to add in screen recordings of yourself or perhaps from your screen. And finally, we have the content and design styler to give a cohesive look to our courses. Today we're going to be focusing on the ready-made templates, practices, and elements, as this is an introductory session today. So getting started with our ready-made templates, these are available as part of Creator Plus and are a great way to uplift the look of your course without having to take a crash course in HTML design. There is a link that'll be available in the resources section of our webinar to the community where you can download the link to these HTML templates so you can have them available in your Brightspace instance, but it's a really good way to just add an element of professionalism to your course content. We also have our practice activities. This is a great way to allow students to take ownership of their learning and practice their comprehension without the pressure of being in a quiz environment where they're potentially being tested or graded. We also have our interactive elements. This allows learners the opportunity to engage with content to increase their comprehension. These elements are incredibly easy for instructors to use without having to leave Brightspace or having to learn external tools. So why should you learn Creator Plus? Why should you use this tool that's available? Well, we at D2L believe you need authoring tools that add value and not frustration, and give your content creators and subject matter experts the tools they need to build engaging courses without having to learn unnecessarily complicated tools and processes. This allows you to create beautiful content using familiar, seamless workflows that you're used to within Brightspace without the need to buy and train on expensive content from third parties or a third-party content authoring software. D2L has streamlined your content creation experience all within Brightspace, which gives users the functionality that they need to create easy content in one system. So with that, let's take a look at the various parts of Creator Plus that we're going to be demonstrating today. So I wanted to draw your attention to practices and the various types of practices that we have. There are fill in the blank, multi-select, multiple choice, sequencing, sorting, and true and false activities available. These activities are already familiar to your learners as they've likely done activities like this on a worksheet, an assignment, or a learning station. Now with Creator Plus, they have the opportunity to practice as many times as they want within your Brightspace environment. It also helps learners to engage by providing them with content that they want to interact with while learning online or within a technology-enabled classroom. So with that, I'm going to go over to our environment. The first thing I want to show you is a full lesson page that's been uplifted with Creator Plus. So I'm going to maximize my screen here into full screen. So this is the example of the lesson before Creator Plus. So we have our title. It does appear that we're using an HTML document here, which is a great start. And then as we scroll, you can see there's 2 videos and some blocks of text, a little chart, and then another block of text here with at the bottom, an understanding knowledge check, asking students to record their understanding in their journal. So I'll close out of that full screen here, and I'll show you the exact same lesson, but it's been uplifted with Creator Plus. Again, I'm going to pop open to my full screen. We're using a Creator Plus HTML template here, so it's a little bit more pop in the title. And then as we scroll, we see our first element. We have this wonderful flip card element here. So the students can click through the images and see different, in this case, causes of environmental impacts on climate change. Then as we scroll, we see this tabs element here. So we have those same 2 videos, but instead of stacked one on top of each other, we have these handy tabs that we can have our videos. And as you can see, there's a space here where you could have text as well if you would like. And then we scroll a little further. We have a very short timeline element here to break up those text blocks and make it a little bit more digestible for students. And finally, we have our knowledge check here with a sorting activity as opposed to a written journal entry. So students can click and drag the various items into the appropriate categories so that they can practice their knowledge from the lesson. Once we're all sorted, um, we can check our answers here and students can see how they did on that sorting assessment. If they didn't get everything right, they can try as many times as they like, and they'll be corrected here. And there's no grade associated with this. It's completely a knowledge check for knowledge sake. And then as we scroll a little bit more, we have this little accordion element. So students can open up the panels either one at a time, or they can click to open with this big button here. And then finally, one more practice at the end, a true and false question here. So they're presented with their question and they can, again, check their answers as many times as they like. So that's just an example of how you can uplift your existing content with Creator Plus, the same exact content, but just in a much more engaging way. And let's get started with how you can do this yourself. So I'm in my content tool in Brightspace. The very first thing I'm going to do in this brand new unit is to create a new page. I'm going to do that by clicking this Create New button and selecting Page. I'm just going to give this a quick title here. So it keeps myself nice and organized. And then I want to start by selecting a template. You can see when I have my Creator Plus templates loaded into my Brightspace instance, they come up at the very top here with Creator Plus beside them. So I'm going to choose this Creator Plus module intro, which gives me that a few things here. So we saw that template in the uplifted classroom with the timeline here. And we have this, I believe this is a call out element. Or perhaps it's a text box. But we'll start by giving our title. And then I would like to, for the sake of our demo today, I'm going to add in a practice. So I'll blow this up to full screen so it's a little easier for folks to see. And within my Brightspace editor where I'm creating my content, this top ribbon, I have so many buttons to choose from. I'm going to select this Creator Plus authoring tools. If you haven't used Creator Plus in a while, you may be familiar with going to the other insert options to add Creator Plus elements and practices, but very recently we've created this authoring tools button, so all of your Creator Plus tools will be available with this paintbrush and pen icon. I'm going to select Insert Practice. And for this, I'm going to create my own sequencing, just like the one we saw already. So for this, I'm going to be doing a life cycle of a butterfly. Very simple, we're all familiar. So I put in my title. It's very important to include a short description as well, just so that your learners understand what it is they're sorting through. Um, so I've just put in my really quick description. It's also really important to add in um, some instructions for your students. So I'm just going to put those in quickly. All right. So once I have my description and instructions, I can add in my sequenceable steps and sequenceable items. So I'm going to call my first step stage 1. I'm not going to add an image for stage 1 because I want that to go along with my sequenceable item. My sequenceable item in this case is going to be a butterfly egg. And then I can add an image if I like. I'd like to do that for this case, so I'm going to choose to upload from my computer. And I'm going to choose this butterfly eggs image. You can see here I have the option to add alternative text. Here at D2L, we are committed to making our learning content accessible, so I always like to include alternative text for images, even if it might not be required for your group of students. It is best practice to always include that alt text. So once I'm happy with my image and alt text, I can click Save, and I'll close that up. And then I just repeat that same process with my other sequenceable steps and sequenceable items. So I'm going to add in stage 2, and then I will add in my sequenceable item, in this case a caterpillar. I'm going to move a little quicker this time as we've already seen the process. And we'll add that alt text as always. Our next sequenceable, or our next is stage 3 for our sequenceable step. And our item is going to be a pupa or chrysalis. And we'll add in that image. And alt text. And last but not least, we have stage 4. Just for completion's sake, so you can see a nice complete sequencing practice here. And I'll choose my butterfly image and insert my alt text. All right, so once I'm happy with all of my sequenceable items and steps, I have this preview on the side here, but I also can preview before inserting. So I'm going to preview, and we can see the different stages. I can choose here stage 3. I want to be caterpillar, stage 2, whatever you would like yours to be. So then I can also check my answers. And again, students can do this as many times as they like without having to worry about being graded. So once that's all done and I'm happy with it, I can insert. It does take a little moment here. Great. And so once my practice has been inserted into my page, I get this little pop-up that my practice is saved and I can close my dialog box. So I'll exit there. When you're in the Brightspace editor working on your materials, this is what your practice activities will look like. And then if you ever want to go back in to edit or change the order, you can click on the dotted box on the outside, or you can edit, delete, or move the order of that item. Do we have any questions I should address before I move on to the elements? Catherine, did anything come up in the chat or in the Q&A that I should take a look at?
There is one that asked how you added your own in-house made templates to add to the options available in templates. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. I didn't have an in-house template. The template I'm using is a Creator Plus template that was added in from the Brightspace community. So if you have the Creator Plus package, you'll have access to these templates. Typically, if you're using Creator Plus practices and elements, it is best practice to use a Creator Plus template as well, as sometimes practices and elements can break other types of HTML templates. All right, so I'm going to move on to our elements here. So there are, oh, sorry. So the insert elements empower educators to build their content like a pro. Uh, they allow you to use your simple workflows to insert flexible, accessible, and mobile-friendly interactive elements in your courses. This is really important, the mobile friendliness especially, as we're seeing that access to technology is becoming more and more of a barrier to entry for education for users of all ages and stages of education from K-12 through professional learning. And a lot of organizations are finding that some of the SCORM that they may have been using in the past is not mobile friendly or compatible. But here we like to ensure that with Creator Plus, we're as mobile friendly as possible. There are quite a few elements and we're adding more all the time. We have accordions, tabs, click and reveal, call out, timeline, stylized quotes, flip cards, carousels, and hotspots. And so with that, we're going to go back to our environment and take a look at how to create an element. Still within my Brightspace editor here, I'm going to go underneath that practice activity. Uh, all right. So again, I'm going to go to full screen just so it's a little easier to see. And I'm going to go to my Creator Plus Authoring Tools button here at the top. This time I'm going to select Insert Element. And you can see all the ones I have to choose from here. This time I'm going to select a carousel. This is one of my favorite elements. It's one that's not used all that often, but I find it really fun. It's almost like a slideshow to click through. So first, I'm going to, of course, add in my title. Oh, sorry, folks. And then sorry, I'm going to add my image to start. So I'll go to my solar system here and we'll go in order, which I believe starts us with Mercury. And I'll add in my alt text for that image as well and click Save. I can add a title for this carousel slide, which I'll do. That will be Mercury. And I can also add text, just like we saw with the accordion element in the Creator Plus Uplifted page that we looked at. So I'm going to add my text in there. And then I can scroll down. I have another carousel slide here. I'll add my image of Venus. Again, adding my alternative text. My title. And my text for this image here. And just for the sake of showing you how you can add additional slides, we'll do one more because it starts as a default to two. 2 carousel slides, but you can add, I believe, up to 10. So if you'd like to add an additional one, you can click this Add Slide button, and you'll be given an extra slide to fill in here. I'm only going to add in one more. I won't make you sit through 8 planets, but we'll add in our image of Earth. We'll add our title and our text. Once you're satisfied with all the different slides for your carousel, you can preview, and this is what the carousel will look like for your users. So we start with Mercury, and they can click through and see the images and text. And they can, the nice thing about this is when they get to the end, if they click next, it goes right back to the beginning. So once you're satisfied with that, you can click Insert, and it will be put into your Brightspace editor here, again with that hashed box. And same as with the practice, if you would like to edit, you can just click on that hashed box, edit, delete, or reorder. Okay, are there any questions that I should address about elements before I hand it over to Danielle?
I think everything is being answered.
Perfect. Okay, so with that, I'm going to hand over the reins to Danielle. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Samantha. I appreciate that. And hi, folks. I will be covering some of the future development within our Creator Plus toolset. So, Samantha, if you could head to the next slide. We'll do this sort of legal jargon of saying that because we're talking about future items yet to be released, there is the possibility of certain changes within those details. And so we just put this up as we're giving you an initial preview, and we want to keep that in mind that things could change over the next few months. And we'll keep going. So just to summarize some of the things that Samantha outlined in her demonstration. So our most recent releases within the Creator Plus toolset are that we incorporated generative AI through our D2L Lumi toolset to allow that efficiency of practice generation. So Samantha went through the click path of creating the practices, so that sorting activity, but having the ability for, in certain practices, D2L Lumi to actually generate those on your behalf is a great opportunity for innovation within the toolset. The other more recent development is that authoring tool menu. So Samantha highlighted that previously, if you've used Creator Plus over time, that it used to be tucked away in a plus sign. That wasn't quite as clear that that's where you would go for Creator Plus tools within the Brightspace editor. So we just made it even more clear to have an actual authoring drop-down menu. So as a designer or a faculty member, you would know exactly where to click in order to get access to those tools. And we'll head to the next slide and talk about things that are coming. So in the upcoming months, so as early as April, you will see these changes, which is a part of a bigger philosophical change within our Creator Plus toolset to offer attributes of innovation within our core platform. So if folks have access to media library based on your role permissions within Brightspace, that is a part of our core platform. So it is not part of an add-on for purchase item. And media library in its current state aggregates video notes as well as your capture recordings. Capture being that streaming to be able to screen share and record that screen share. And so Media Library allows that centralized aggregation and management of your media-based content within Brightspace that you can then reference within courses by going through insert stuff and then clicking Media Library, you can then grab a centrally recorded video and reference it in multiple areas in multiple courses. So great tool set. And now we're just taking that same philosophy and extending it to more than just media, so more than just video based tools. So the April release will include SCORM, Office docs, images, and even PDFs. So if you think about the opportunity to centrally manage content and have it then referenceable throughout multiple courses, where you'd have a single source of truth to be able to update, change, or manage that item, it really expands the capabilities of dynamic linking across your courses. So once again, you can then manage and update a single copy of any media or content file from the expanded media library. If those folks on the call are familiar with Brightspace's Learning Object Repository, you will know it's much harder to do that in that tool. And this is an investment across Brightspace to make that workflow much, much easier to centrally manage content and be able to dynamically link across your courses. And this will also extend to allow better folder organizational capabilities. So currently it's just sort of a single bucket in Media Library where you're dropping all of your files. But as we know from any file management across our own lives, it's really helpful to have the capabilities of folder use within any content repository tool. And we can head to the next slide. And we don't want to leave H5P out of our product roadmap discussion because we are seeing a great amount of investment into what I have been referencing as Brightspaceifying the H5P workflow. So our all new Creator Plus package allows the extension and inclusion of H5P interactives on top of our traditional Creator Plus toolset. So what Samantha walked through was primarily the practices and elements, document templates, and mentioned a little bit about capture, but H5P offers an entire library of over 50 plus interactives. And now we are moving H5P to be also referenceable in our quiz tool. So making sure that we're updating the user interface and design to, as I mentioned, Brightspaceify it. So if you're used to the Brightspace user experience versus H5P as a current separate platform, it has a different look and feel across its user experience. So investing development time into making it look exactly how Brightspace navigation looks. Also, as we know from a lot of areas in Brightspace, there is the concept of auto saving. So as you are typing on the screen, it is actually auto saving without an explicit click to have to save it. This is fantastic in rubric creation, for example, in Brightspace. Everywhere you're typing, it's actually saving in real time versus having the explicit click to save. And so as we know, as I'm sure many people on the call where you've walked away from something, it's timed out, and then you lose all that hard work. In Brightspace, a lot of areas auto-save, so we wanted to extend that to these content types as well. Then releasing the concept of a layout builder, so allowing you to create responsive, accessible, multi-column items very easily. So we've seen H5P have a separate accessibility compliance than all of what Brightspace offers. So putting investment time into making those more aligned so that H5P is deemed more an accessible content types within Brightspace. And then providing accessible and scoreable hotspots within our July 2025 timeline. So if folks have used the Creator Plus hotspot element, it is currently not a gradable item, so you can't score it, but having that opportunity to align a scoring element to that hotspot. And then as a beta release, so where we are still incorporating future development, but want to give an early access, if you will, to this, is H5P interactives and quizzes. So you can see the screenshot on the right is a screenshot within an actual Brightspace quiz, where if you were at existing, there's going to be an option that is coming as of July that is going to say browse H5P interactive elements as question types to offer within the Brightspace quiz. That is the one I'm personally most excited about, so I can't wait to see how that is incorporated in. The screenshot there on the slide is showcasing H5P's interactive video capability. So that is where you're watching a video and a question pops up at different points throughout the progression of the video, and being able to offer assessments that are gradable within a Brightspace quiz. Using that interactive video. So great summary of some really exciting things. And Catherine put in the chat the actual public roadmap community article, so you can keep an eye on the explicit items that are releasing for each month and their associated release notes, so that you as administrators or managers of Brightspace can make sure you have those turned on and accessible for the users who should have access to them. And I will toss it back to the team to continue on.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Danielle. We do have, oh, I seem to be missing a slide here. Sorry about that, folks. We did have a discussion planned for today. Oh, no, it just seems that I have some extra thank you slides, so sorry about that. A few things I want to call your attention to, though, before we get into our discussion portion of the day. We have our D2L Champions program. If you're not currently a D2L champion, it's a great way to get involved with D2L. If you're interested in giving us reviews or participating in customer panels, we would like to reward you with D2L champion points that you can then use to redeem for D2L swag, gift cards, or even D2L services. If you accumulate a lot of points, you could have things like course audits done, which is a really great service. If you're interested in becoming a champion, the link will be in the chat for where you can sign up. Additionally, I called this group out in the very beginning, but we do have a user group for Creator Plus and H5P where you can connect with different users, see what other folks are doing with Creator Plus and H5P in their Brightspace instances. We're also sharing updates to the product there constantly, as well as events like the one you're at today. So if you're interested, again, the QR code is on the screen or the link is in the chat. And finally, we have some upcoming webinars I'd like to draw your attention to, all happening in March. Perhaps you've joined us for some other of the Bright Ideas series, perhaps not, that's totally fine. But our March Bright Ideas for K-12 is the Power of Portfolio happening on the 18th. For higher ed, we have Accessibility in Higher Education happening on March 12th. And for our upskilling folks, so associations, corporations, and government, we're talking about engagement for professional learners on March 21st. The links for all of those, again, are in the chat, and we'd love to see you there. So with our discussion portion of today's session, if you're already a Creator Plus user, I'm curious, what is your favorite part of Creator Plus? Or what perhaps is your learner's favorite part of Creator Plus? What aspects of Creator Plus have you implemented in your organization and why do you like them? Or perhaps is there something new you saw here today that you'd like to implement moving forward? If you like, you can put your questions in the Q&A as well, or if you'd like to share in the discussion, you can raise your hand to come off mute or type it in the chat if that's how you feel more comfortable. Just looking, looks like we've got Deborah would like to come off. Deborah, you should be able to join us now.
Oh, hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. No, I posted the question, that first question in the Q&A, because when you originally were creating when you first started showing us
Mm-hmm.
how to do this, you created a new page,
Mm-hmm.
and then you went to the select template drop-down menu.
Yes.
And yours looks really different from mine. We have Creator Plus,
Okay.
but yours looked really different from mine. Mine has from 00
Mm-hmm.
to 10, starting with the blank HTML, all the way through tabs HTML.
Okay.
So that's where my question was coming from. It was as though you had created an additional template,
I
special,
see.
and then had it as part of the options available.
Yeah, my guess Deborah, would be that if you don't have these Creator Plus templates showing up for you, that
Yes.
your LMS admin may need to add them in.
Oh,
So you,
I am the admin.
yeah, so you
I'm the
can
admin. So,
download these
okay.
templates from the community, and then you have to
Okay.
install them into your
Okay.
Brightspace instance.
Okay. Is there a link to information about how to do that
Yes,
or where to find that?
we'll link it in the chat, and then
Okay,
after
perfect.
today's session, there'll be a follow-up email with the recording and all the Q&A information and associated resources, so that will be in there as well.
Oh, great. Thank you.
No problem, Deborah. Thanks for your question.
No, so she was removed, so that just means I'm here.
All right. Um, I'm looking in the chat here. Nicole says they love all the different elements and practices, particularly the elements of carousel, timeline, and hotspot. Yeah, I love the hotspots too. You find them engaging tools to bring interactivity to online courses. Your organization has done training with your e-learning teachers to showcase them, the elements and practices, so you love the layouts. Pictures fit perfectly beside text. And oh yeah, you don't have H5P because of government and ministry. Yeah, we're working on it, Nicole. Hopefully soon. Joyce says that they love all of the elements except hotspot. Okay, so mixed feelings. Joyce, maybe try out the H5P hotspot. I've heard some people like that one a little bit better, so might be worth a shot. Let's just see the Q&A here. Um, Someone has asked if they saw a D2L post that analytics are now available for Creator Plus practices. Is this an extra feature, um, part of the higher level package, such as the package that includes H5P, or is this going to be available to all Creator Plus packages? I am not totally sure, but Danielle, you might be able to answer.
I can answer that. So it's data available currently within Data Hub. So you do have to have administrative access to that tool, and it is available across the platform. I will say that we're looking to continue to invest in the types of data because I believe it's currently where practices are being used across courses. So not inline student-based data available within the course. So stay tuned long term.
Great. Thank you so much.
And it is not extra cost. Sorry, I should have also explicitly said that. It's included if you have Creator Plus.
Thank you. That's a good call out as well. Someone else is asking about templates, if there's going to be any additional Creator Plus templates in the future created by D2L, or if there's ways that we can make our own Creator Plus templates that won't break when we're using elements and practices in them. Do you have an answer for that one, Danielle?
So document templates are just HTML code that references styling sheets, which are usually contained within like a CSS file. So in theory, if you have those expertise to be able to reference HTML code in an HTML file that references styling, again within a CSS page, and then you package those to be uploaded in the area that document templates are referenced, then absolutely you could customize your own document templates.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Someone's asking if the H5P interactives and quizzes specifically will work for folks with the individual H5P licenses, not the full campus license. Not really sure about that one. I feel like it would have to be the full campus license, as that would be what would be on your Brightspace instance.
I would tend to agree, Samantha, just because
Yeah.
if you have H5P separately to Creator Plus, then you're essentially buying a platform and integrating it via LTI. And currently, you wouldn't be able to reference LTI-based integrations unless
Mhm.
explicitly included in the LTI specification for that. to be reference story and quizzes.
Right. And it seems to me like the uh, H5P integration with quizzes is part of that Brightspacification. So you'd have to use the campus-wide license. Let's see. I'm just going to go over some of the other questions in the Q&A in case there's folks that may have had the same questions. Audra had asked if Creator Plus, if a course is created with Creator Plus materials and then exported and shared with a board that does not have Creator Plus, will the elements appear? So this is a great question. Yes, they will appear, but they won't be able to be edited any longer. Um, so learners will still be able to interact with them, complete practices, but you won't be able to edit them or change anything about them after you have exported it. Or after you've imported it, if the instance you've imported it into does not have a Creator Plus license. Someone else asked about the length of carousels, how many slides. It is a 10 slide maximum. So if you want to have more than 10, you'd have to do an additional carousel. Oh, there's a great question here from Melanie about will audio and video be automatically captioned? So yes, we do have now automatically generated captions from audio where you can select your chosen language and it'll generate captions, and there is documentation that will be with our resources. All right. I'm just going back to the chat here. I see Joyce has said that they would really like a solution that extends the power of carousels to more than 10 slides. Since your faculty specifically rely heavily on PowerPoint, and then rendering, downloading large PowerPoint files is tedious for learners. Yeah, I get it. That might be a combination of two things where perhaps our product needs to extend beyond 10 slides, and perhaps faculty may need to chunk information into that 10 slides or less to make it a little bit more digestible for students. But thanks for that feedback, Joyce. We can take that back to our C+ team. Okay, let's see in the Q&A. Is there an estimated timeline about when the H5P menu will be retitled to Browse H5P? Danielle, do you have a timeline on that?
You cut out a little. I missed
Oh,
that.
sorry. Is there an estimated timeline about when the H5P menu will be retitled to Browse H5P?
That was in July 2025, so this July.
Great, thank you so much. And then someone else has asked, with the new approach to centrally managed files, assuming this only applies to files and not things that we build in Brightspace lessons or HTML pages. I'm not sure if would this be managed files or media file or media library files. Perhaps the person who asked that question could come off mute and clarify for us.
I think I understand what they're meaning. So currently, as of April 2025, it will be uploaded documents, so SCORM, Office docs, images, and PDFs, and not native HTML content.
Okay, thank you. I saw someone had their hand raised and then lowered, so I'm assuming you guessed correctly. All right, we do have about 10 more minutes for Q&A, so if anyone else wants to type in the chat or Q&A or raise your hand and come off mute and share, we would love to hear from you. Otherwise, that's all we have for today. So thank you very much for joining us and being such an interactive group. We love to have this level of participation in our webinar. So thank you all. See, we've had a question come through in regard to the enhancements for media library, such as the support of additional file types, Word docs, etc. How do those files get utilized through media library?
So the intention is that media library, think of it more as a content management area. So you wouldn't necessarily be interacting with them. You'd be then referencing them in courses across the system. So in the same way that in a course, you currently can go through insert stuff, media library, and pick a video, you would then be doing that same workflow, but now you'd have the opportunity to select SCORM objects and files to reference then within content.
Thank you so much, Danielle. That's actually sounds really, really useful.
I agree.
Um, a couple other questions in the chat. Uh, does the reference only work as a link or can it be embedded in the content page? Is that referring to media library, Rachel? And so yes, so does the media library reference or like quick link, I suppose, work only as a link to the media library or is it embedded in the content page?
From what I've heard internally, it will be in the same way that video is then iframed in. It will be that it's
Okay.
referencing the actual content, not a link.
Thank you so much for that. And just I'll reference back to our safe harbor statement at the beginning. If that turns out to not be the case as the product is developed, that's just the nature of learning some roadmap things early. So don't hold it to us. And then I see, will the remaining C+ webinars on the schedule cover different aspects of C+ or be repeats? Christine, I'm not sure what you mean on the schedule. For Bright Ideas, we only have today's C+ webinar. The rest of the Upgrade Essentials series, we'll be talking about Performance Plus in June, and Lumi in September, and Achievement Plus in December. If you're seeing other C+ webinars hosted by D2L, that could be from other departments. So there might be a repeat of information. But if it's Bright Ideas, there won't be a repeat of information. All right, well, it does look like our chat is slowing down. Again, we will stay for the remainder of the time if there's any additional questions, but if not, thank you so much for joining us here today. We really appreciate you taking the time to spend your lunch hour with us.